Hey everyone. So today's tutorial is going to be going over the concept and ideas of stacking knots. Um, this is still something relatively new for me, and actually I've done a lot more exploring for the past several weeks now, and just trying to like conceptualize and really combine a lot of the ideas of what I was taught as originally supposed to be stacked knots. And then I'm going to show you guys a couple things and then leave it up to you guys in the community to go ahead and start brainstorming upon these and start really creating some new stylistic ways of using the rope dart, using this idea as well. And hopefully this will also help bring some new aesthetics to what you're doing in your normal rope dart game, and actually bring some new life into something about, you know, just in case if you're stuck doing something old, you can figure something out new with this as well. These concepts and ideas have been really fun, and just to get the ideas of what it means, I'm going to go over one of the few simple sequences and what introduced me into the stacking knots idea. The first sequence I was taught was a double dragon sequence, which led into a multiple shot ending sequence thing. I apologize for my terrible terminology, but I will try and explain this as best as possible, and also try and keep this video brief so I can see what you guys come up with as well. So first one is a double dragon sequence. I'm going to go under the guide arm shoulder, or guide hip to anchor shoulder, and then same again, guide hip to anchor shoulder. This essentially is what the idea of a stacking knot is. I'm actually completely tangled into what I'm doing. There's really no escape from doing a full shot or anything like that, so most of these stacking knots ideas forces you to do multiple shots to get out of this tangled mess. The next thing I usually like doing is doing a correct, just like right under the neck. So I'm here. I'm completely tangled and no way out, but both of my hands are free and capable of moving around with the dart. And to actually complete the sequence, you have to shoot multiple times. So from here, I like to do just a shot over the neck and capture, and then another shot over the neck, capture again, another shot over the neck, and I'm completely out. The other idea that I found, and I was also taught about this, is that if you recover the rope dart and throw in the opposite direction over your anchor hip to guide shoulder, and then repeat the motions that I just did again under the neck, I'm here. I can now turn and do the same sequence to the opposite side. On the recovery, you can bring it right back under and do the same sequence repeatedly. However you long would like to do it. It's the same sequence. Fire once more over the shoulder, and you're completely out. Another idea for these concepts I've also have come across in using this same idea is like Jade Belt to Dark Dragon, and now you have like a completely tangled mess again, and you can do multiple shot sequence to get out. This idea can go in broad types of ways. I've even done an excessive one where it's neck pinch or collar wrap. So I actually have the knot open here, and then I brought it right into, come on, focus. There we go. I brought it right into a butterfly burst from cocoon sequence and just completed it in the same way. I'm not technically in a bind, because I can drop one shot and I'm still in the collared wrap, and then turn and complete the sequence and drop the knot. You could also drop both knots and just shoot it all out at once, whatever that preference would be. Like combining multiple non-bodied sequences together, something like this sequence would use a ridiculous amount of rope, but it's still relatively fun to do. I generally like with a lot more rope, so this opens up a lot of options for people who do this. You're just stacking multiple knots upon himself, so just going off of that same one would be the neck or collar wrap or empty collar into butterfly burst from cocoon into our dragon sequence. I'm technically tangled still, but I'm also holding a empty knot. In this type of sequence, same thing. I'd have to fire multiple times to somewhat get out of it and then move on into something else if I wanted to, or repeat the same process, but while still holding this knot and ending it in a completely different way. Those are just a few of the ideas that I wanted to express to all of you, and I'm sure that with using either a shorter amount of rope or a longer amount of rope, this concept could actually be built upon and done in different varieties. I've even done a leg wrap mixed with this like overlord thing that was like almost next to impossible to do, and it's very wonky and strange, but I also use a stupid amount of rope, and it's also almost impossible to accomplish that maneuver without having the excess amount of rope. So this concept could actually go from somebody who's just trying to do multiple movements in one type of sequence and then doing the multiple fire of shots to get out of it, to create something new of their own style. And or a person who wants to use a lot of rope, look like they're completely tangled up in a very strange way, and then use their style to completely get out of that sequence. So I hope you guys understand my concept behind all of this, and that you'll enjoy this tutorial. Much love, y'all. Dart Life.